The last example we have here is going to be example 4. Here we need to graph an absolute value inequality, but if you notice you have a 2 in front of your y. Well, the best thing to do here at the very beginning is to solve this equation for y. So if we solve this for y, then what we get is y is greater than or equal to the absolute value of 4x minus 5 all divided by 2. So first thing we need to do, same steps as what we did for example number 3. Set what's inside your absolute values. 4x minus 5 equal to 0. And that's going to give you, add 5 to both sides. 4x equals 5. X equals 5 over 4. So that is going to be the middle value of your table. So when you make your table of values, you have your x, which is a 5/4. You have your x values, your y values. We're going to plug in values around 5/4. Well, 5/4 is 1.25. So that means as I go to the left, I'm going to plug in a 1, plug in 0. I'm going to plug in a 2 and a 3 as I go to the right. So when you plot or when you make these points, let's do these in purple. If you plug a 5/4 in, well, 5/4 times 4 is 5. 5 minus 5 is 0. Absolute value of 0 is 0. 0 divided by 2 is 0. So your first point is going to be over 5/4, so like 1.25, up 0. There's your first point. Let's plug in a 2. Well, if you plug a 2 times 4, that's 8. Minus 5 is 3. The absolute value of 3 is 3. 3 divided by 2 is a 1.5, or 3 halves. So you go to the right 2, up 1.5. Plug a 3 in. 4 times 3 is 12. Minus 5 is 7. 7 over 2 is a 3.5. So you go to the right 3, up 3.5. Now the next thing you need to do is plug your other values in. Plug your 1 in. So if you plug a 1 in here, you get 4 times 1 is 4. 4 minus 5 is a negative 1. But because of our absolute values, absolute value of negative 1 is a 1. 1 over 2 is a 1/2, or 0.5. So you're going to go over 1, up a half. And then for 0, you plug a 0 in there. 4 times 0 is 0. 0 minus 5 is negative 5. Absolute value of negative 5 is 5. 5 over 2 is a 2.5. So 0, 2.5. So there are your points you can use. Granted, they don't look nice and pretty like they have in the past, but that's because your 5/4 is not in the middle of your interval. When the number's not in the interval, then these points are not going to be straight across. They're going to look a little bit differently. So next thing we need to do is we need to figure out, is this going to be solid or dashed before we draw on our line here. Well, this is equal to here, so that means this is going to be a solid line. So we're going to draw our line in here. Try to anyway. I know I'm going to cheat because I can. So let's go from here up through these points. There's one solid line. I'm going to draw another solid line here. I'm going to go from down here up through these points. And that's a pretty good V. And then now we need to figure out, is this going to be shaded above or is this going to be shaded below? Well, this is a greater than or equal to. So since we have a greater than or equal to sign, that means we are going to shade above. So we need to shade everything above the V. So when you shade above the V, you need to make sure it's everything inside the V here. So we're going to go right down through here. Uh-oh, didn't get to shade everything. Anyway, all the way down, all the way down. Let's see if I can make my circle a little smaller. There you go. So there is your example for 4. So hopefully these 3 examples help you get started on your assignment. You should be able to get through it. Don't worry so much about the word problems. We'll take care of that in class. So I think it'd only be fair. Michael brought us in. Let's let Michael take us out. You guys enjoy your evening.